so it has come of age.
And a special welcome to our guests from Vantage Insurance, who've joined us for this very special occasion that we're marking today. So welcome all.
Can I just say what a privilege and a pleasure it is to be here tonight.
One of the most interesting things to emerge from the research I did for this lecture was a visit I made to Brussels, and I saw officials there at the Commission who are interested in package travel reform. And they assured me that the Package Travel Directive was now part of the Commission's work programme. And sort of reading between the lines, they seem quite bullish that there would be reform of the directive. Now, this might take some time because obviously the Commission is a very bureaucratic organisation, but they were looking at things like dynamic packaging. They were looking at click-throughs, although not with any great enthusiasm. They wanted to see whether there could be liability imposed upon travel agents as well as tour operators. They were looking at beefing up the assistance that holidaymakers could get if they found themselves with problems in resort. And there was also the possibility that as far as tour operator liability was concerned, that they might beef up that liability as well, that they were looking at strict liability for tour operators, or at least a reversed burden of proof. Now, time will tell whether we're going to get all this. But say, reading between the lines, I got the impression that things were on the move, and we may get something, 2014, 2015.
John Collier, Chief Executive of Vantage Insurance Services.
David Grant,
Thank you
ex-Northumbria University, and now a visiting professor at Leeds, thanks to Vantage.
Thank you very much indeed for this lecture tonight. It was absolutely superb and very, very informative. And I meant to meet you when we were in London the other day, or when you were in London the other day, and didn't get time, unfortunately. But I came here not knowing quite what to expect, and I think it was brilliant. It really did hit the nail on the head. And hopefully it informed a lot of budding law students, or whatever they were in the background there, not just the industry people that were here today, but them as well, and inspire them to get into this field.
It's actually quite difficult to know how to pitch a lecture like this, because there's clearly sort of lay people in the audience who don't know a thing about travel law, and yet there's some practitioners here who know at least as much, if not more, than I do. So I'm glad you thought it was a success.
Yes, no, it was indeed, and I think we can challenge more people to think about this gap in the law, effectively, with the well, not gap in the law, but with this lack of protection that is becoming evident as as more and more people are booking through dynamic packages through internet providers and so on. I think that's a real danger, and that a lot of people are just not aware of.
I mean, I think the big problem is that the airlines are outside the protection scheme. They lobby very hard in Brussels and in Westminster, and the rest of the travel industry is justifiably, I think, annoyed that there's no scheme for insolvency protection for airlines, but they will have to carry the can if they're selling airline flights that when the airline goes bust.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you again very much indeed.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it a lot.
It's been brilliant.
Cheers.
See you soon.